Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another weekly intention CW28. We're going to be starting off from the news for the week. This week we have a relatively boring week news-wise. We just have one news on Monday, 10 a.m. Red Folder News, and FOMC on Wednesday. So the focus is on the first half of the week, where we want to see Monday set the stage for the week. So moving on into the charts. On DXY, last week I wanted to see price dip into the weekly imbalance here and see price expand towards the 101.800 level, and we failed to see that happen. We just had it deep and without any expansion towards the level. From the idea remains the same. I still want to see price from this level currently we're at, and I want to see price trade to the highs there. So this is my expectation from the weekly perspective. On the daily, we can see we clearly traded into a daily imbalance, bearish imbalance, where we could see price take out the low of last week, and from there we could see higher prices. But if we should get a closure, so this is what I want to see. Either this, taking out this low, then simply expand higher. A closure of the current imbalance here, a closure of this imbalance here will mean I want to see higher prices from the level. If the daily closure should happen like this, then I want to use this as an area of support for higher prices to the 101.800 level. So this is simply my expectation in regards to PA, looking at DXY. So I should scoop down to the 6-hour time frame. On the 6 hours, I can see price is heavily trading away from the level into the daily imbalance, and we could see something we could work with to see if we're going to inverse the daily imbalance. But for now, my expectations are still simple. I still just want to see price trade lower to trade higher. So let's say Monday, Tuesday create the low of the week, and Wednesday, Thursday simply just expand from the area. Going on to EU and GU. On EU and GU, we still have this weekly imbalance unmitigated. So I'm still looking at that as an area of target. I'm using this as my targets for higher prices. And on GU, we inversed the weekly imbalance, so I can use this as an area of support for higher prices. Let's say we get a retracement into this area, and I want to see higher prices from there. On EU, I just want to see price simply expand from looking from the weekly perspective. The daily, last week we inversed the daily imbalance here. Like I said, I still want to look at that as an area of support for higher prices, since we're currently expecting lower prices on DXY before higher prices. So my expectations are quite simple. I want to see price trade into the weekly imbalance here, and the flat body candle high here with the relatively equal highs. We have all these conferences at this high, so I want to see price simply just expand into the weekly imbalance, then simply trade lower. Using the daily order block we have there, using this area as an area of support, I want to see price just simply keep the momentum for higher prices from there. On GU, we're currently trading into a daily imbalance where we could see price is be traded away from the area towards the highs here, the external range liquidity, which is the previous weekly highs. Okay, so in regards to the 6 hours as well, we're still looking for higher prices towards the weekly imbalance on both EU and the external range liquidity on GU. So the target for GU is the 1.33850 level, and the target for EU is the weekly imbalance. Although if we see some sort of displacement inverse in this 6 hours imbalance here, I will want to look for shorts towards the low, and I will be expecting we are still leaving the weekly imbalance open. So I'm still open-minded, but I'm heavily bearish. Currently looking for a trade against the order flow itself. So yeah, let me check on the 4 hours as well, on the 4 hours time frame. What we have there. Simply saying, we're still waiting for some sort of SMT inside the daily imbalance for higher prices. So right now, all we have to do is still wait, and do well to follow the Discord for daily updates on what I'm about to do and how I'm about to head into the market for the day. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video.